What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. And this is my rambling series. This is my vlogging series, which I just talk to the camera, talk about life, talk about the universe, talk about things that are particularly interesting to me. Today, I want to talk a little bit about YouTube in general, the Francis videos, what I have planned for YouTube and Francis. I want to talk a little bit about the boring stuff, monetizations and views and stuff like that, because I need to get it off my chest for the people who do care about it. Then I want to talk about my mental and my physical health, including a weight update, which I don't think you're going to be too terribly happy about, because I wasn't too terribly happy about it. But we'll get into that. So let's start off with the Friday with Francis experiment. 4 Fridays in a row, and the videos have done very, very well. I'm very surprised. They've done well in terms of views. When it comes to money, they are making no money. Somehow YouTube has not given them the demonetization signal, yet they earn $0. I don't know if it's because I swear in the video. I don't know if it's the Francis keyword. I don't know what it is. But let's say I've uploaded a video that got 200,000 views. That video would normally make me $200. That's just a ballpark. I'm just guessing here. Could be more, could be less, depending on the video. A Friday with Francis video that is at 200,000 views might earn $20 or $40, $60. Next to nothing. It's the same amount of work or more work for less money. Doesn't matter though, because let me tell you why. You're enjoying watching them and I'm enjoying making them. Even if it tanks the whole channel, even if it means monetization across the board just dies. If 1 in every 3 videos I upload, which is the current rate for Francis videos, gets 0 money incoming, as long as you're enjoying them, that's fine. Now, if you want to do me a favor, watch the other videos that get uploaded in a week, the gaming news specifically, the sponsored videos. By watching those, by interacting with the sponsors, you make sure that I continue to be successful here on YouTube while bringing you the content that you want to watch. But if all you do is watch the Francis videos, that's okay too. I'm just glad to have you here, and I have an excuse to create again. But a lot of you guys said, and I felt, we needed to bring back the narrative. The problem is the sister character got written out. If you haven't seen the Francis abandoned by his sister video, you should watch that one because it explains all of that. And she's gone. And the actress that played her is gone, my ex-wife. So I got together with my friend Jacob, who is David in the Francis world, and we filmed a narrative. It's on this hard drive right now. Actually, it's on the hard drive for this camera right over here. It will go live probably this Friday, maybe next Friday, not 110% sure, but we are going to tell a story of kinship between David, who has also had his heart broken, and Francis and a recovery. So the first video is like a classic Francis rage, flipping tables, destroying stuff, breaking cameras, stuff like that. But I think as we go on, the formula is going to change, and we're going to tell a narrative with this. We're going to tell a story and try to make the videos longer and make them nicer and more enjoyable and more fun. It's something I've wanted to do for a really long time. It gives me a reason to come back to Francis. And don't worry, there'll still be plenty of rages and table flips and stuff. That'll always be part of it. But I want to do something creative with YouTube again. I don't think it'll get a lot of views. I think it'll get half the views a Francis classic rage would get. It won't go viral. It won't do as well. But for those of you who love the character and love me, you'll enjoy what we create. And if it gets 10,000 views, if it gets 50,000 views, that's plenty. That's plenty. Because here's the thing. YouTube has made sure it's not going to bring in any money either way. So as long as you guys are enjoying it, I'm enjoying it. So let's see. That's the other thing I wanted to talk about when it talks to money and algorithms and stuff like that. It looks like YouTube is just on a downward turn right now. Twitch seems to be doing great. And those of you who turned into my Twitch streams, thank you for doing it. I know they've been very weird in the past. We're trying to clean them up and make them more fit for human consumption. If you've checked my Twitch channel before, check it again. I think you'll like the positive changes we've made. That said, YouTube seems to be taking a downward turn. Even Keemstar is up there saying, I got a third of the last views last week. All kinds of gaming channels I love. Some of them are quitting. Some of them are going bankrupt. I don't know what it is. This channel has suffered to some extent. Views are lower. I blame myself. I blame my content. I blame my consistency. I blame my whiny nature. I blame the stupid things I've said on podcasts and Twitter. I blame that as the mass majority of it. But it is hard to not see that there's something algorithmically or YouTube-wide happening. And I will complain about that from time to time. I don't really complain about view numbers or ad revenue. I don't like to complain about this stuff. I will occasionally fall into that because I'm a narcissist. We all are. But here's what I will complain about. When it does seem to be site-wide, and it's not just affecting me, but it's affecting a lot of the channels I like to watch every day, that's when you're really going to hear me complain, because I worry about so many creators that I love, so many big companies that create content I love. I don't know. It's frustrating. But I guess I knew that eventually the YouTube bubble would burst. I thought my personal bubble would burst long before it. If it burst along with YouTube, hey, that's not a bad problem to have. We will see. But I'll keep you abreast of that. There will probably be a single video talking about that as we discover exactly what's going on. I think it's just people went back to school and you guys are real busy. So if you made time to watch this video, thanks for tuning in. So mental health, and we'll save the weight update for the final run. Mental health, I saw a new therapist, and I'm getting into pharmaceuticals. We're now on my third week of a new medication. As I said, I still see the folks over at BetterHelp, one of my sponsors for the channel, and they do help me out quite a bit. In fact, I might link them here in the description box below if you want to check them out. They are great to have on my phone all the time, but they were the ones who made me recognize I probably needed more intensive therapy and I needed pharmaceuticals. So I've gone back to work on that process. It's nice to have that in tandem, have somebody in my pocket and then have a therapist that I'm seeing once a week as well. I've seen her once. She referred me to a colleague who might be better fitting to my needs, and we'll see how that's going. But if I seem more positive this week, if I seem more positive on Twitter, if I seem more positive on stream, that's why, because I'm feeling more positive. I'm beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm pleasantly surprised by that. I'm pleasantly happy about that. It's a good problem to have. I don't know. Everything in my life, to some extent, I've lost weight. I live in a nice house. I have a good income, and I have a job I love. Those things are all wonderful. This stuff is still pretty scrambled up here. And if I can ever get this to match all of this, I'd be leading one of the best lives I think a person could live. I'm looking forward to that. I am looking forward to that. Enjoying these last, 20 years, 15, 10, however long I have left on this planet. And then that leads me to the weight loss update. So as you guys remember, I broke my arm. And when I broke my arm, I did something stupid. I went back to some level of comfort foods. But I waited to tell you that today because I put on about 12 to 13 pounds once I broke my arm. And I have now lost that 12 to 13 pounds. I'm back to 360 and losing, thanks again to doing a low-carb ketogenic diet, which seems to be the way to go. Now, in the next few days, I'm changing things up a lot. I'm going to be streaming a lot less on Twitch because I have stuff I have to do. I've got a real-life project that I'm working on that shouldn't affect the YouTube schedule. In fact, you should get bonus content as I'm working on that stuff because I'm going to film it and show it to you, and hopefully you guys will enjoy what I'm creating there. But that's in an effort to get moving, to eating better, to doing something more creative, something that will help my mental health, something that will help my physical health. And I can't wait to share the details with you, but I just can't yet. But it's exciting. So physically, doing good. Arm nice and healed. Mentally, doing better than I have since the divorce and probably for a year before it. And YouTube-wise, really getting back into it, really enjoying creating content, really enjoying sharing it with you. Hey, if the views and the money aren't as good as it used to be, as long as they're there at all, I have an incentive to create. I have an incentive to share it with you. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon.